afternoon class. Yeah, got my stuff ready. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, homeless investors here. How you guys doing? Yeah. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me again. You know, haven't seen too many subscribers. You know, I'd appreciate some subscriptions, so you know we can keep this show on the road. But you know, without further ado, welcome everybody to Joking in the Stock Market with the Homeless Investor Part 2. We back at it. You know, hope you guys caught up to my first video. If not, you know, it's still there. Trying to figure out, you know, how I'm gonna go about doing this, or making these videos. You know, I was hoping I could go about doing a live route, but I need more subscribers to go live using my phone. So if y'all can help out with that, you know, I appreciate that. But you know, everything takes time, so we eventually get there. So just, you know, tune in, interact, comment, ask questions, and you know, we'll build our way up there. But on today we just keeping it cool, calm, collected. We just gonna go part 2. If you tuned in to part 1, we talked about, what did we talk about? You know, hopefully, you know, let me check the notes. We do got our notes out here. We talked about what is the stock market, what is a stock, and how much does it cost to start in the market. And you know, if you haven't seen that one, just make sure to go check that one out. Make sure to subscribe, and you know, check out the videos. May be a little long, guys. The videos like 40 minutes long, so you know, try to keep it interactive, keep it long. You know, make sure y'all got something to look at, got something to do for, you know, when the stock market is closed. Because you already know, market's open 9:30, close at 4, you know, and then that's after hours, 4 to 8. But you know how that goes. But, you know, just something to watch, something to chill, something to do. You know, but for today, we're going to keep it cool, calm, and collected. We're just going to get straight to the point. We're going to get straight to the money. Straight to the money. What are we talking about today? Oh, so we don't see where we go. Joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. Bang. Part 2. I should get part 2 up there, but this is part 2. Part 2 bow. Yeah, we keep it exclusive here. That's part 2. What's today's date, anybody? I can't even check my phone for the date. I think today is the 18th, though. Today is a Wednesday, so for my people who's keeping tune, we on a Wednesday. But anyway, we're gonna get started with our first question in class. Who should be investing in 2021? Who should be investing in 2021? And once again, we joking in the stock market, so we mainly talking about stock. But you know, when it comes to investing with this question, this is a all-around question. Who should be investing in 2021? That's our first one. Who should be investing in the year 2021? Who should be investing in the year 2021? You watching this any past time after 2021? Definitely should be investing. Especially if you're watching this video, definitely should be. This is the homeless investor, so this is years from now. I'm up. I'm already rich, and you watching me, you should be investing. So that's for that. That's for future stuff. But when we talk about 2021, who should be investing in 2021? We're gonna keep it simple because you know I have the notes here. I got here because you gotta be playing. I have to get it right. But and you just gonna start with the number one person. The people who should be investing in 2021 is people, let you know right now, people who can read, yes, I said read, and, I was about to say write. I'm sorry, guys, but we got stuck right there. You know we get used to that. But read and count. People who can read and count are the main people who should be investing in 2021. People who can read and count. Because when you can read, this is simple stuff. When you can read, you can make things make sense. When you know the definition of words, you can make things make sense. When you know how to comprehend a sentence, you can make things make sense. When you know how to use context clues, you can make things make sense. You know, it's really just as simple as that. If you know how to count, oh my gosh, if you know how to count and you're investing, you gotta know how to count. If you don't know how to count, somebody's gonna jip you out of your money. If you let these people jip you out of your money, they're gonna laugh in your face. You think we joking and stuff? There's really gonna be some jokes being told behind your back and how much money somebody they got off of you because you don't know how to count. So you better learn to count. If you don't know how to count, none of this is for you. But the main people who should be investing is somebody who know how to read and count. So if you went to school, you went to a college for specifically some reading or writing or reading or maths wise, you should be in this. This for you. This for you. If you didn't, but you know how to articulate, you know how to read, you know how to count, math was your favorite subject in school, you should be here. That's for you. This for you. For you, mainly for you. Like, you get hired. Man, listen, anybody who, you know how to count, you know how to make some numbers make sense, you know how to read. When I get right, I gotta have a job for you people. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because we need people who can read and count. There's not a lot of people who know how to read. That's count. That too, but people don't know how to read. There's not a lot of people know how to read. So you can read and count, make things make sense, you're doing better than them. So that's those main people who can read and people who can count are the people who should be invested in 2021. I hope y'all can see this. I'm saying it out loud just in case you don't and can't. So like for our first one, who should be invested in 2021? First answer, people who can read and write. So if you're a person you know how to read and I keep saying it right, I'm sorry. People know how to read and count. You know how to read and count? You should get right. So let's just move on to number 2, because I think we got that one pretty established. Whew. Now for this next one, man, I'm gonna need y'all to just bear with me just a smidge. This next one, oh my gosh. Who should be investing in 2021? Oh my gosh. Everyone who has a 9 to 5 job. Wow, banger, absolute banger on the list. Everyone who has a 9 to 5 job. So if you waking up early in the morning, gotta hit the jibs. 7. Oh yeah, I got a few. You waking up mad early in the morning to get to your job at 9 to come home at 5, 6. You should be investing. You should be investing in the joke of a stock market that we call a stock market. But here we call it joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. They got me homeless. So if you got a job, I'm homeless again. You got a homeless guy investing. Somebody who has a job, a 9 to 5 job, who's putting money in their pocket on a bi-weekly to weekly basis, should be investing in the stock market with the homeless investor, because I'm in there. Y'all can see me. If you tuned in, you click the link in bio and in the description. You went up, you see my page. I see what I'm in. You see, I'm invested. I'm in them stocks like this. And if you see me on the app, you see I'm in these conversations, in these chats, and in these comment sections like this. Cause I know where the money at. I know that's where I need to be. That's where people need to be. And if I had a 9 to 5. This, to an extent, this is about to be my 9 to 5. Me making these are gonna be my 9 to 5. So my 9 to 5, I'm still invested. I would advise anybody else who really has a 9 to 5 to be investing. Y'all the best predicament of y'all life. Y'all the main people who should be investing. And if anybody tell you y'all shouldn't, they just trying to keep you where you at. Let's think about these people who's working these 9 to 5. How many 9 to 5 people? How many people you know who work the 9 to 5 are rich? You know how many you know that are rich. I ain't saying they got some money, they can do some things. I want to know who are rich. How many people that work in 9 to 5 that are rich? I'm just definitely leave that in the comment section. Y'all hit me up, y'all leave it on my wall. Just answer that thing. We ain't even gonna get into that. But everyone who has a job, you should be investing. You should be investing because now you have money. You have money to to do some extra stuff. And once again, when you invest, you don't gotta invest your whole check. Nobody asks for your whole check. Nobody's asking for your whole check, because you spending your check on, you know, your food that, you got food in the house, you got whole food in the house, but you wanna go out. Sometimes you wanna eat, you wanna dine, you wanna wine, you know, you wanna do some fun stuff, which is okay. Ain't nothing wrong with nobody trying to knock that, but it's like, if you can do that, you can also invest. You can put $10 to $20. People go out and spend $50 on a night. You spend 10. You don't even need to throw a whole 50. You don't even know to throw a whole 50. You could. You just throw 10. Put 10 somewhere. Put 10 in a little savings. If you put 10 in a stock account rather than going and spend 10 out to eat, and even if you do, let's compare it. Let's compare $10. Let me not even compare or use the real numbers that you guys spend on food. Let's say $10. If I'm using to spend $10 on McDonald's food, I spend a whole 10. I spend a whole 10 in McDonald's food. I buy everything on a dollar menu, and then you know I put $10, the same $10. I spend $10 in McDonald's stock. McDonald's stock. Where's my $10 better at? Cause like, you know, with this $10, I was able to feed myself. I was alright, you know, I was good. I got a few burgers. I probably got a stomach ache too, cause you know, 10, that's a lot. But you know, I ate. I was good for that moment. I was good for that night. And I was like, you know, that's it. My $10, that's gone. But with this $10, it's like, you know, depending on the price of the stock that day, it may be down a few pennies, maybe $9.87, $9.76, $9.50, $9.60. But it's like, you know, end of that day, you still got about $10. But it's like, you know, you just down a few things. But like the next day, like we go to the next day. Let's just think about the next day. You ain't got them 10 burgers no more. Them burgers gone. Them burgers gone yesterday. But you know, we go back to that McDonald's stock where you put your little $10 in there, went down to a few pennies or whatever. You still got that. It's still talking about it's $9.50 or $9.30 something. Man, after that. Let's go back the next day or the day after that. That burger, once again, that burger was on 2 days ago. So now we see on that stock though, that McDonald's stock. That thing went up to about $9.70 now. Okay, a few days later, burger again. That stuff is gone. Now your McDonald's stock back at $10. Wow, I just had that the other day. That's still now $10.01. Wow, I just made more than I did with my $10 being spent. $30. There was no return, but there was a return there. And it took a little minute. It took a few days just to go a few pennies, but it's like it did more for me in my stock account than it would have did for me in my pocket. Anywhere else. So like, you have a job, you should be the main person working, because you should be trying to work to get out of that job, because jobs is just keeping you involved in cycle. This is someone who was working in a job, and I decided to go homeless because I wanted to freaking invest in my future, and that's what I did. And honestly, it benefited me so much because it's so crazy. This is my second time going homeless. The first time I went homeless off of investing in myself, I was nice. I was great. I was just in a nice, best house I've ever been in my whole freaking life. My whole life, never was just in a predicament and a situation in a nice house I was in. Due to me deciding to say F my job and start investing. But now we're all in the cycle. I put myself in another situation where it's like, man, now you're back. You're back. How you gonna handle it this time? I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing at all. I know how this stuff's gonna go. That's why I'm making videos, so keep a little accountability. So y'all can go through the journey with me, so we can come back to this. We can come back to son. He was doing videos in the freaking library, heading home, trying to talk to people, get people to start investing, and get out of their job and start investing in the stock market with the homeless investor, because he's homeless, but he's investing in his future, because he knows it gets greater later. And this is why everybody who has a 9 to 5, you should be investing too. Because I used to work in a 9 to 5, and I said, nah, I need to figure something out. It took me, this was years ago when I was working, so it took me a while to even be where I'm at today, right now, to even talk about investing outside of your job. But anyway, major key alert. Remember, main people who should be investing, everyone was a 9 to 5. Let's keep this stuff going, because we got bangers. We're going to go to the next third one. And we're just going to quickly, this one is quite simple. Anyone who wants to be rich, that I'm sure anyone who wants to be rich. I hope see that. Can't, sorry. But the third one is anyone who wants to be rich. So if you're a person, you want to be rich, you should be investing, especially if you should be investing in the stock market. They give you some time. They give you some time to give yourself some time. If you're not doing the things, or you're not working towards a job, you're not working in a field that's generating some type of money, this is going to give you some time. This is going to give you that time to mess up whatever you're doing, whatever you actually got going on, while holding this on the side. Because you're not going to become rich from just having a 9 to 5. You can't get out of your situation from just having a 9 to 5. You can't. It's just not going to work like that. And if you keep telling yourself that it is, I'm sorry, but I don't know. You're just going to have to talk to some more people. You can't keep talking to people who have 9 to 5. If you keep talking to people who have 9 to 5, you're going to keep your 9 to 5 because you're only talking to people who have a 9 to 5. People who have a 9 to 5 keep that 9 to 5 mindset. You can't deal with 9 to 5 mindset because all they know is a job. They won't. You trying to talk to them about them leaving their job? Whoa, they're gonna look at you like you're on crack. Like, no, bro. Like, come on, son. We got my job. I've been here for years. Why would I leave my job? So you want to be rich. You got to do things that the rich do. What do the rich do? The rich invest in themselves. The rich invest in stocks. Yeah, rich invest in a lot of different things. But the one thing they do, invest. So it's like, do you see if somebody who's rich invest, working a job? No. They're working a business, or they're doing something that is generating some income, some money. But I don't think they're working a job. I don't think they're subject to a lot of different things that people who work a job are. So it's like, if you want to be rich, you're a person who wants to be rich, you should be investing in stock. You should be investing in the stock market with the homeless investor. You should be with me. We should be in this stuff together, talking about, we gonna get there. I ain't gonna lie. With our stocks hit, we gonna be talking about how we was here. We was here. We was talking about we was here. We was in this nice little room. And a lot of that, we was here. We was here, getting it, talking about it, trying to preach it to the people before they even got a chance to see it for themselves. But it's all right, because everything takes time. As long as you know that, you have the potential to be there and the potential to get that and be rich and be here with homeless investors. So number 3, anyone who wants to be rich, you should be investing in stocks. It's really that simple. And so we're gonna do number 4. This one kind of ties into number 4. Number 3. Anyone who doesn't have a job. Bow, there we go. So this one, if you do not have a job, if you don't have no job, you don't have no type of money coming in, well, not really, if you don't have no type of money coming in, you don't have a job, you're not succumb to a job that you gotta be in, that you gotta wake up every day and just leave, and somebody will call you, tell you gotta be, you're not getting no money, you should be investing in stocks. If you're getting money and you don't have a job, you should be investing in stocks, because you don't know when your next dollar is gonna come from. So it's like, you want a safety net. If you don't have a safety net, or if you're not at least thinking about a safety net, you're gonna be falling victim to a lot of stuff. Right now for me, I'm homeless, but it's like, for me being home, I have a safety net. So it's like, if I ever just feel like, this is all ever too much for me, like it's just way too much, I can't do this no more, I can sit back, I can close all of my trades and close all of my stock, withdraw every dollar and be all right. But not really be all right, but figure some stuff out with them funds. But it's like, for a person who didn't have that type of thought process for themselves, you don't have to live. You gotta go about trying to figure out how you're gonna get that cushion or that little cushion to figure out your next few steps. So it's like, you should be thinking about that before even being in a situation like that. So it's like, you're comfortable regardless. So it's like, for anyone who doesn't have a job, you should be looking for ways to make money without having a job. And this is one of them, investing in stock. Because it's like, we all can get money. Everybody can get money. Like for me, I'm homeless and I get money every other day. I was gonna say every day, but I get money every other day from people who are just kind. And it's not like, I'm getting $1,000, a few $1,500, or like I'm even putting myself out there, to get all type of dollars in the, ways that people can just put themselves to make them get. It's like, people will give you money, like, like I said, people just give me money just because they feel bad for me, or they, want me post. But it's like everybody has that not luxury. Everybody has that opportunity to put themselves to where they can get some type of money. But it's just like, what are you gonna do when you have this money? And those are the type of thoughts you should be working on too. What are you gonna do when you get money? Because it's one thing to have money, but what are you gonna do when you actually get the money? This is what you should be doing. You should be investing so you can make sure you have more money to keep doing whatever you're doing and doing whatever you would want to do. Because you don't want to be in a revolving cycle to where you just keep spending money, and not knowing how to save and keep money. You gotta know how to save, keep money, and keep money coming in. So it's like you gotta be thinking about ways and how to go about that and how to do that, and you know how to make sure that it's secure. And you know you can do that with a 9 to 5 and without a 9 to 5. It's just this, your mindset and how you want to plan to try and do it and what you actually know. Because a lot of things people don't know what's available to them. People are not willing to try something that they don't know or even look into something that they don't know. It's really not that complicated. And once you start figuring out that you can do things that you don't know about or that you have never heard about, it would be so much smoother if you just take the steps, bro. Just take the steps. Anyway, this is the 4. So when we go, we think about who should be investing. Our top 4 people who can read and count. Those are people. Everyone who has a 9 to 5 job. Never forget that. Anyone and everyone who wants to be rich. Of course, right? And anyone who doesn't have a job. So don't let this stop you. If you don't have a job, you can be rich. If you do have a job, you can be rich. You can be investing in the stock market. You should be invested in the stock market. You can count, you can read, you don't need to go no more to school. Just figure out how you can get some money and how you can put that money in some stocks and relax. So that's number 1. We're gonna go to number 2. I hope y'all got this. I hope y'all was able to memorize that. Bow. Just know the video's gonna be there. If y'all liking the content, make sure you like and please subscribe. So you know we can get that subscribe count up. So eventually we can end up doing live videos, you know, and then the videos just come. You know, I think I like me doing these videos and just recording the video instead. Which I know it ain't stuff go. Cause I might like the questions. So you know, who knows? But number 2, why should you be investing? Oh my God, not the why question. Not the why question. Why should you be investing? Why? Why they want to see me? Why should you be investing? Why? Why should anyone be investing? Anyone? Why should anybody be investing? Why? Well, our number 1 reason or why people should be investing early, it can help you retire early. Wow. It can help you, yes, you watching this video, retire early. Who doesn't want to do that? Right? Now we think about retiring early. For me, I'm 26. I'm trying to retire at 30. And you know, we know a lot of people with a quota, stigma, I don't know, statistic. People who retire at 60, 50. I don't want to retire that 60, 50. No, I don't want to retire that late. I'm going to retire in my 30s, maybe 35, maybe 40 if, you know, push come to shove. But it's like, maybe I want to retire when I'm 30. So it's like, how do we go about retiring early? We got to be investing, because you can't retire early from just working a 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5 jobs keeps us in a 9 to 5 job cycle. You know, you can't get out of that 9 to 5 job. You have to work a certain amount of years, even for the 9 to 5 job that you have, to get some benefits, to where it even benefits you to have to work that amount of time to even think about a retirement or retiring early. So that depends. So it's like, how do we go about doing that? We come to Joe in the stock market with the investor. We come to see what he's talking about, and you know, we figure out how we can make that stuff work for us. But we also want to know that This stuff can help us retire early. We should be looking to retire early because nobody wants to work their whole life. Nobody wants to be doing stuff. People who are young, we want to be living and we want to be free. We want to be adventurous. We want to do a lot of things. We need some money to do a lot of them things. So it's like we want to be able to make sure we keep making money while we're doing them things and we have enough money to be doing them things. So it's like we got to want to retire early and we got to be wanting to invest so we can retire early. Because it's like, if we got parents and we know old people, them people still working. Our parents, we know my parents are still working. They live where we live. Well, my father's the only person that works. He still works. Him and my mother, they've been together for years. Been work the same job for years. He can't retire. He can't. I say he can't. He's been working. He can't retire. And it's like, he's been working. He's doing all the things he needed to do. Make sure he's straight. He's been working. He pays all his bills, everything. But he cannot retire because he's not investing. He hasn't invested in his future. But had he did invest in the future, he would have been able to retire because he's been able to keep up with everything. He's been able to pay all his bills and do whatever he needed to do and pay and buy his stuff for himself and his family. So it's like, he would have had this or knowledge about this, and he could have just been saving a little $10, $5 to $20 for years on that. He would have been great right now. But that's what separates the two, and this is what I'm trying to get you guys to know, that we're joking in the stock market. You're joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. The homeless investor. Homeless investor. Yes, that's me. Like, you feel me? Like, so it's one main thing. If I can do it and I'm doing it, you should definitely be doing it. You should definitely be doing it. So that's one. It can help you retire early. And two, it can make you richer. It can make you richer than working your job. Say it ain't so. Oh my gosh. It can make you richer than working your job. And I'm sure we all know what that means. That thing can make you richer than working your job. So that's why you should, that's another reason why you should be investing. Because you can get more richer and quicker than working your job, man. I mean, than investing in the stock market than you can with working your job. People work mad hours, 40 hours a week. You bring back some, but it's like, imagine being able to bring what you just made, your 40 hours a week. Imagine being able to get that just from one thing that you don't even have to do anything. You're not even working on it. You just put money in your phone, you got it sitting there, and you're actually putting in hard labor, that 40 hours of work. And then at the end of the week, you come and look at your phone, you end up pulling up on your stock account, and you end up seeing you done made about the same stuff you done made from putting in that hard labor. Nah, something gotta give. What is going on? What's this? What's going on? What's going on? Nah. Boss. My last day. Yeah. I just met boss. It's my last day. You start making calls because it's just like, how? Why? Because it's like when you open your eyes to the opportunities and see what it actually can do for you, it's like, no, I should have been doing this. So it's like, this is why you should be doing it. And this is why you're joking in the stock market with this, with the homeless investor, because this stuff is really a joke. And this is why I really want you guys to be laughing in this, because this stuff is really a joke. Because it really can make you richer than working your regular job. It can help you retire early. This is all just the beginning, guys. It really gets greater later. So I hope you're hitting that subscribe and you're staying tuned in, guys. Just tell a friend that we invested again. So number 3, we just gonna keep it pushing, guys. It can help you quit your job. Yes, we're still talking about your job. 3. Yes, we're still worried about your 9-to-5 job. It can help you. Yes, we're worried about your 9-to-5. Your 9-to-5. Your 9-to-5. Your 9-to-5. Your 9-to-5. They can help you quit your 9-to-5. So if you're one of them people, you've been being stressed. Your bosses, your co-workers, man, them co-workers of yours, that boss of yours, they just been getting on your last They just been talking just a little too. They just been saying the most funniest. They just been give you the most craziest of look. Man, you didn't have to wake up a little too early. Man. They didn't pay you enough just to look, man. They didn't call you in and say, hey, we need you. Like, we need you. And you came in and you had, man, listen. Man, this can get you out of all of that. This can get you out of all of them issues you going through and stressing yourself. You ain't got to stress no more. You ain't got to stress no more. Hey. These stop gonna take care of you. I ain't even a song, but it's like, it can't be quit your job. It can't be quit stressing. You're gonna stress about some other stuff. I'll tell you that right now. So if you thought the stressing was gonna stop, I'll let you know right now that this stress is gonna be different now. So you wanna keep that stress with your boss, your job, them people, hey, I'm letting you know right now, you better keep that stress, because this stress right here, this investment in the stock market stuff, that's stress, that's a little different stress. So we gotta make sure you prepare for that. So if you're not ready for that, I'm gonna need you to stick. Boss, I apologize. I'm ready to be bigger than what I was. What you need me to do, I'm ready. I'm gonna need you to suck it on up and do what that man asked you to do. Because like I said, this is a different part of stress, but if you're ready for that stress, I'm gonna need you to start joking in the stock market. I'm gonna need you to be laughing at the stuff that goes on, because you need a little sense of humor, and you need to make sure you're able to, shake it off and, laugh this stuff off, because there's a lot of stuff that go on. But we want to bring y'all, we want to enlighten y'all. So, I'm going to help you quit that 9 to 5, that stress. We want to help you quit that, though. So let's just move on to number 4. Before y'all start calling your boss right now, you ain't really learned nothing yet. Man, what y'all calling him just yet? We gonna give him some time. We gonna make sure, we gonna let him know that we consider our options, though. But here's what our 4th one, it can give you free time. Ooh, free time. Ooh, / freedom. Ooh. Gang, that's the major key alert. Yeah, just had a couple students try to check me out. I get that a lot. But yeah, so our 4th one, it can give you freedom and time. Free time and freedom. Ooh, freedom. If you have a 9 to 5, like you're succumbing to this 9 to 5 for whatever, I don't know how much that is, 7 hours, whatever amount of time, from 9 to 5, you better be at this job. You ain't at this job, you gonna have some issues. You ain't at this job for 9 to 5, you gonna have some issues. But if you messing with this thing called the stock market and the homeless investor, you got some time. You gonna have some time. You gonna have some time and some freedom, just a little bit. You gonna have a little. You can get a lot, but you gonna have some free time and freedom. You gonna have both of that. You working this 9 to 5, you ain't gonna have all that. You gonna be crunched in. You gonna be crunched into these hours right here, like this, like you in jail. So, investing in the stock market, it gives you that free time and freedom. It takes the time that you had to be putting in your 9 to 5 job that was just bringing that company some value. You start using the time to bring yourself some value. You can start reading that. You can start teaching yourself, watching some videos, learning some stuff that can actually bring value to you and your family, and some knowledge to yourself to help you get some more money and help you in other different type of investment field. Because we just ain't trying to make money one way just off the stock, but no, we want to investing. It's more basically just one thing, but we gotta, from right now, we learn about stocks. Now we want to know, in general, investing is the way to go. We ain't really trying to be working 9 to 5, because when we're working 9 to 5, we're investing in that company. I want us all to remember and know that we're investing in that company, which is okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. When we trying to invest in ourselves, that's what we're trying to do. You see the homeless, I'm the homeless investor. I'm trying to invest in myself to get myself up out of my situation. My homeless being on the street, I ain't trying to be. I'm trying to live in a nice house, big house, pay a nice mortgage, live in a nice house. You feel me? Live in a nice house. Have a few nice properties. People paying properties. I'm paying property, paying mortgage. That's it. It's cool, something simple do. Keep it cool, calm, collected. Keep this money rolling in. But that's but investing in myself so I can invest in my family when that comes. But it can give you that time, that freedom to have and to get all of that. But if you're working a 9 to 5, you're working these jobs, you're secluded to them hours. You're stuck within them hours. By the time you come home and get off work, you're tired. Or you're not even tired. You're just gonna have enough energy just to do the little bit of things that you wanted to do while you was at work. Things you were feeling to do that you couldn't do while you were at work. You're just gonna have enough energy just to do that. And now you're tired and get ready for the work tomorrow. You're not gonna have enough time to invest in your future, be thinking about reading, think about a stock or think about reading or checking up on some stuff. Because you're tired. Your body is drained from all the work that employer has you working that whole day. Like, you probably have one break, a 30-minute break, probably 2 15s, and it's like the rest you was just working. It's like, what the hell is that, bro? Them things was spread out. That 15 didn't come back. Them things was spread out throughout the day. So it's like, did I even really get a break? Did I? That's what I saw. Where did I even really get a break? Like, that's the question I'm asking. But it's like you can get a lot of breaks when you're investing, especially if you're investing in stock market. You got a lot of breaks. But it's like this is the type of opportunities and options that this stuff offers people, and that's the main thing that I'm just trying to enlighten to y'all. Being that I'm homeless, I ain't got nothing to do, but I'm letting some people on some stuff. So that's it. But this is basically the why you should be investing. Part two. We get later. We just go later. As progresses with these videos. We're just gonna be talking on a daily day, to day. What's going on? What's going on? And just keeping it updated on my people and what's going on and how we should be going on. So those are the whys. And once again, for my people, my Twitter, the Homeless Investor. I got 2 Twitters, but I just made this Homeless Investor for the Homeless Investor content on YouTube. 8018, yeah, that's me. My H out there, you know about that stuff. Donations can be made at Cashapp. If you're messing with the kid, my Cashapp's Amcstockchamp. I appreciate all donations. And that's it. So let's just keep going. Number 4. When should you start? Oh my gosh. I think we should do this one in red. We should do this one in red. What is this? There's 3. Yeah, bang. 3. When? Hopefully I can see this pretty clear. Should you? I'm gonna need new markers too. That's gonna be crazy. When should you start investing? Duh. Duh, right, guys? When? When should you start investing? When should you start investing? Number 1 answer. I'm gonna just put this right after this video. Right after this video. Right after this video. So when should you be investing? Right after this video. Right after you see this video, this clip, go in the description, click that blue link. Pow, pow, pow. It's gonna bring you a nice little home page. Maybe bring you to a nice little screen. You're gonna see my nice little investor. Pow, pow. Download, click it download for a free app, for a free stock. Click. You're gonna be in the stock market with the homeless investor. You're gonna be in there. You're gonna see what I'm invested in, and you're gonna be able to get a free stock from the app. The app's called Public. You're gonna be able to get a free stock from them, and you're gonna be able to see what I'm personally invested in, how long I've been invested. Now, you may not be able to see how long I've been invested in unless you're being nosy and you really go see when I initially purchased any one of my stocks. But you have that opportunity to see all of that. And you'll see what I'm invested in, and you'll see everything. Right there. So that is when you should want to start right after the video. If you don't have a stock, you have not ever invested, you never made an account with nobody, and you need an account, you've been thinking about, whoa, where should I go? How should I, what do I even do? How do I even sign up? Once again, in the description, there's going to be a link. It's going to be blue. Ooh, yeah, it should be easy to spot. You click the link, it's going to take you right through the process. Bow. Once you go through the process, it's really simple. Simple from there. You're going to be started. So it's like, once again, anybody right after this video is when you should start investing. When? Right after the video. When? Right after the video. When should you start investing? Right after the video. When? Again? Right after this video. Yeah, so that's number one. Yeah, cause we in here. And number two, I love this. While you're at your job. Yes, I said that. While you're in your 9-to-5 job, or while you're on your little 15-minute break, you better just take 5 minutes to sign up for the account. That's when you should be joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. You should be joking with me at that time. You should go check one of my videos. This guy was talking about this time. He told this man. He's talking some. Said something about something in his description. Something about something being blue. Something about clicking it and I get a free stock. He said, I don't know, something. I know he's homeless. He was saying something though. I don't know. Have all them thoughts while you're at your job. Look, they got getting distracted. While you're at your job, have these thoughts. Have these thoughts to start investing. Start thinking about right in your job. When your boss says something, he wants you to do something you ain't really want to do, and he picked you. Hey man, I saw home investment. He's saying this stuff might happen. What's that app he was talking about? Let me go on this app. Go check that out. Cause this, I don't know if I can continue to be here anymore. But just while you're at your job, anytime you're in your job, you say you got just a bare minute free time, you just catch yourself thinking. You're just thinking about life, you don't know, just thoughts start coming in. Think about the homeless investor. Think about me. Think about it. First thing, homeless investor. Oh, I wonder what that homeless guy is doing. Investing. If you have that thought, immediately, right after you, I wonder what the homeless investor is doing. Just say investing, because that's most likely when investing. Immediate. Don't even think too hard investing. No, investing. What should I be investing? I should be investing. If he's investing, he's homeless, I should be investing. I'm at work. He's not even at work. He's telling me, and he's talking about investing. He don't even have a job. He's wearing slippers and dirty ass socks, and he's telling me I should be investing. Let us do that so I can tell him. I got some words for that dude. Where he at? Because who is he? I got a whole 9-to-5 job. I make money bi-weekly or weekly, and I got a guy who he's not even in a house. He's not even his own place. He's using other people's property. He purchased freaking markers from a dollar store, and he's telling me I should be investing off his little phone that he's making YouTube videos? What? No. Can't. He says he's homeless? Makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my gosh, it makes sense. But does it really? He's an investor, it happens. But while you're at your job, you should be thinking about that. So we're just gonna move on to number 3. When you're getting fed up with your current situation, okay now. This is a little bit different than the job. When you're getting fed up with your current situation. And we all know situations vary. So it's just one of them days and it's just like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I feel I don't do nothing. Or I never got no money. Or we never got no money. Like this just, like, when am I gonna get some money? Or like, when is things gonna start going my way? Or like, why can't I ever get a break? I work so effing hard. When am I gonna, when free money just gonna fall in my lap? So I can just do whatever I want. I can just spend that and not care. Because I just work for bills. I pay bills all day. All day, every time I work, some gotta be paid for. And then if something don't gotta be paid for, something always gotta come up, and now I gotta pay something out of pocket. When you're getting fed up, think about the homeless investor. Think about the homeless investor who told you to start investing and start joking in the stock market. That's what it is. Start joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. So we can start joking together about this stuff, because we don't want to get fed up. We want to be laughing and joking. We want to laugh at this stuff. We want to be laughing about used to being fed up about working a 9 to 5 and doing all this other stuff. We want to be laughing about that stuff. We want to be laughing about joking in the stock market. We want to be laughing about making money that these guys trying to tell us or teach us wasn't possible. That's what we want to be doing. We want to be laughing at that. So it's like whenever we feel we getting fed up, just hey, you just gotta relax. Maybe take some water. Maybe breathe in a few and just like start reevaluating the situation and start thinking about how you can get some money. And this is one of them. So once you start changing that mindset, start getting some money, then you start getting some money or start putting it, working on the grind, working on the gears to getting that, everything's gonna be so simple or smooth. You ain't even gonna be thinking about being fed up no more. You're gonna be thinking about this new stuff you want. Well, I'm in stocks. My boss was telling me, I was mad about the man I'm in the stock. I'm getting some money. I made a few dollars. I ain't made a lot, but I made enough to let me know I can keep going and potentially make a lot. That's what I need to know. As long as I know that, hey, F that job, F that situation, F them people, F all of that. You feel me? So that's all that really matters. And four. When should you start investing? When you realize just working isn't enough. You hear that, guys? When you realize, it takes for a lot of people a lot of times to realize different stuff. When you realize just working your 9 to 5 jobs isn't enough. Sorry for that. So when you realize just working isn't enough, so you should start investing again. When you realize that the job that you're working, the career, whatever, isn't enough. You feel like you've been putting in so much time all these years, you haven't been getting properly paid. Start investing. You could probably pay yourself whenever you want. So you start. You realize you just been putting in so much work and effort in that specific job, and you're nobody's noticing or compliment you or trying to help you get a raise or anything. You need to start investing. I used to work in out of the jobs that I did have. I used to work for a temp agency, construction, and it's just like for me, I was loving it. I loved it to the extent because like, if y'all see me out, I'm a little in shape, so it's like I used to be on my workout stuff. I used to like working out, so it was like to me, I took that on me working in the little construction as a little workout. You just pick the stuff up, carrying things, throwing stuff out, shoving manually and stuff. So it's just like you feel that stuff. So to me, it's just like this ain't really enough. I use it or just doing it as a workout, but it's like for me, I'm like I'm saying it and viewing it as work, so I'm playing, and the work ain't really nothing to me, so I can just like keep going. But it's just like you looking at the other guys and how they're taking it. It's just like, oh, these guys, I'm playing, but it like to the extent fun, if we use for lack of a better word. And it's like these guys, it's like they're not having the same type of, oh no, they see that young energy, they go, you just gonna chill. That young energetic boy right there, he got this to an extent. So it's like we ain't really got to worry about doing that, because we got a guy who's already putting in that energy, that work, regardless. And it's just like for me, I already knew or had the mindset, once you got a job where you work in specific jobs, you already should know what it is. You should already know what it is, and if you're coming there, you should come there to work, and you should come there to fulfill whatever your boss hired you to do, or whatever they come to ask you. You should be aware and prepared to do any of that. So it's like, and give it the energy, like like you're happy, and like you want to do that job, because like that's what people employ you to come do. We employ you, I hire you to come do this job to the best of your abilities and whatever. So it's like I'm looking for you to perform today, even if you never did none of this. Like this is just That kind of be the standard. So for me, when I go to work or when I ain't really having that many jobs, like I said, so I was like, anybody, if I did, like, this would have been my energy, and this was my energy toward the delivery job that I had, it was like, give that energy, give you all. So it was like, but it's like, for me, once again, I'm working on, I'm seeing that, it's like, I'm putting in so much energy and work, and it's like, I don't really even care that the other people's not putting in the work and energy. It's like, I'm not really getting paid for it, because like, it'd be one thing, it's like, the other people, even if they were not, it's like, I'm not even really getting paid as much as I should be, considering for the work and energy I'm putting. It's like, we all getting paid the same, and I'm still doing that work and exerting myself and whatever, and it's just like, no. So it's like, to me, it's like, I feel I can do better, or I can do more work or less work and still basically get the same results, and still be able to benefit or do more for myself than I would be doing for that company or them people than I did. So it's like, in that time, that's where it's just like, I have to start figuring out how do I go about doing it. And that's where I started and was invested in myself, basically. As I said, I did start investing in stocks. I started investing in myself, and I started investing in myself by looking for different ways to invest and how I can go about getting out of my 9-to-5 situation. And I wish this would have been one of them initially when I kind of thought, but then again, I probably don't wish it was. So I'm glad for the way things kind of work itself out. But for you guys are probably already in a situation where you're working, and you're good, and you already got some money that you can just kind of not really throw out with work and start investing in. So it's like I hope y'all kind of, you're up there to where you can kind of do this. So, you're better than where I was. But, that's kind of it for today, in today's class. In today's session, we're joking in the stock market with the homeless investor. Part 2. We keep part 3 tomorrow. I ain't gonna say tomorrow. We don't keep part 3. I don't know part 3, but I want to be able to do this a lot live, so you guys can subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'm not saying watching me. Subscribe to the channel so I can get my subscribers up there, so I can eventually just go live from my phone rather than make these videos, even though I do like the videos. It gets greater later, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And my Twitter is the Homeless Investor. All donations can be made through Cashapp, Amcstockchamp. Gang. I will let you guys know. Anybody makes contribution, donation, I will let it be known in my next videos after, and I will be thanking you all. No donations been made yet, but we're good. So yeah, that's it. I hope to catch you guys. Hope you learned something. Hope you will learn something. Hope you will continue to stay and check out these videos. Hope you share this with somebody. Hope you like the video, because once again, for me, I'm trying to get out there on YouTube. I'm trying to get my YouTube lit so YouTube can pay me, you guys, and then I don't have to worry about we'll be looking for donations. So y'all can just get funds through YouTube, hopefully. That's the goal. So joking in the stock market with the homeless investor is over. It is over. Class is done, guys. It was fun rocking with you, fun investing. And my AMC apes, I see y'all. But that's it, guys. Bow.